Welcome to Empowering Plans, a show dedicated to identifying waste and undue expense in the health benefits industry, discovering ways to maximize benefits while minimizing costs, and empowering employers, administrators, and consultants to emphasize, once again, the benefit in benefit plan. Today's episode is brought to you by the Phia Group, empowering plans since 1999. Now here are your hosts, the Phia Group's own CEO, Adam Russo, and Senior Vice President and General Counsel, Ron Peck.
And Brady.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Empowering Plans with the Phia Group. I am your co-host, Adam Russo. Yes, I say co again. I had a couple opportunities to be by myself, and it's awesome. Pat, don't you think it's great when I get to just be here alone? But today, folks, I am here with a co-host, not Ron E. Peck, the one many of you expect, but the other guy. The infamous one, the one that, I'll be honest, Brady, Ron doesn't want you here. I think you intimidate him a little bit.
I think so, yeah. I can tell his seat's not very warm, so.
But folks, Brady Bizzaro is here. Say hello, Brady.
Hello, Brady.
Brady, Faces of Phia, number 9.
Already, I can't believe it.
I can't believe there are 9 employees that we actually wanted to have these podcasts with already. It's pretty impressive.
Did they have a choice, though, really?
I can tell you right now, this guest definitely did not want to do this. We told her she didn't have a choice. But we're very excited to have Lisa Tangney here. Say hello, Lisa.
Hello.
All right. She clearly doesn't listen to the podcast.
There, yeah.
She didn't say what you're supposed to say, which is hello, Lisa.
Oh. Okay.
But that's okay. We're not going to do that over. I'd rather just have the audience know that you actually don't listen to our podcast. We found that out, Brady. What do you think about that?
I was a little surprised. I mean, they're so popular, but, you know.
I'm just thinking this, right? If you knew that you're going to be on a podcast and that you're going to be the guest of honor and the person that we're going to focus on, wouldn't you do a little bit of homework ahead of time? I mean, you have 2 boys, right, Lisa?
I do.
All right, so your boys are 11 and 13, you said?
Yeah.
So your 13-year-old boy, he goes to Boston Latin School, correct?
Yes, he does.
All right, so folks, he's in 7th grade?
Yes.
So folks, just so you know, I went to Boston Latin School. I was also a 6C, and one of the things, well, they don't do bullying anymore. Bullying doesn't exist. So when I was in 7th grade, I got beat up at school every single day. I think maybe it was my personality, but all the 7th graders got beat up when I was at school. But I knew one thing. If there was a test tomorrow.
I feel because I work in accounting, I don't know if we established that. We are so busy because we're doing so well
That's a great
that
answer.
I didn't have the time.
So the other 8 people that came to the Face of Phia, they're just not as busy. Is that basically what you're telling us?
Correct.
So now that you said that you work in accounting, what is your job here at Phia and how long have you been with us?
I'm the controller, and I've been here for a little over 2 years.
All right, Brady, I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure.
What's a controller?
A controller, wow. So, you know, I'll probably get this wrong since I'm not in accounting, but I imagine the controller is the person in charge. Like, you are responsible for
Controlling?
controlling the department, the people, the transactions, everything. Is that kind of right?
That's correct.
That's right. Okay.
But the name kind of gave it away.
It did, yeah.
actually.
So you control the money.
Yes.
Is that what you basically
I
do?
control the power. No, I'm just joking.
No, it's fine. You have the power. That's fine. So because there's so much money flying into Phia, that's why you're so busy all the time.
Exactly.
So Brady, because of the great work that Ron, yourself, and I do, we keep her busy. So here's one thing, folks. If your controller at your office doesn't have much to do, if they are playing solitaire all day, you probably have a feeling that things might not go so well in the near future. Would you agree?
Makes sense to me, yeah.
So here's what I know. So Lisa, you are now living in Dorchester.
Yes.
So your kids are dot rats like I was.
Yes.
I grew up in Dorchester as well. But you grew up in Pittsburgh. So living in Boston now, are you now a Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics fan, or are you still are you a Steelers fan?
Still a Steelers fan.
That's fine. We have one right down the hall, too. He has a terrible towel down there.
You stayed in Pittsburgh through high school?
Yes.
All right, so you're a hardcore Steelers fan.
Yes. Grew
So
up
how do you-
70s in the blood.
So how do you feel surrounded by all these like loser Patriot fans? I mean, they're just so like, in my mind, if you're some 20-year-old kid right now, you think that every year you have like 2 or 3 parades. I mean, that's what you think. You think that everyone has a quarterback that's invincible, that's going to play into the 60. But what do you feel about these Patriot fans? I mean, I hate them because I'm almost jealous of them, I think.
Well, growing up in Pittsburgh, I came from a winning city, so I'm kind of used to it. But I think all it takes is a few losing years, and these people will find a new team to follow.
They'll find a new team.
Wow.
Right. So I'm a
Bandwagon fans.
Browns fan. So obviously
Right.
I'm not much of a Pittsburgh fan, but I actually like the Steelers more than I do the Patriots. That's how much I despise this particular team.
And you're a Browns fan. That says a lot.
Oh, yes,
It's
I know.
loyalty.
It says I'm
Shows
very
loyalty.
loyal.
Yeah.
I have perseverance, and I'm very loyal to things that I love. And then it says that you went to the Ohio State University
Yes, not to be mistaken with
with
Ohio State University.
What Ohio State University is there? Isn't
I'm
it
only
just
joking.
the?
It's the only the.
So why'd you go there? How'd this all happen? So you're in Pittsburgh. You're obviously a Pennsylvania girl. You decide to cross the border into Ohio and attend the Ohio State University.
Big school, total college experience package.
Do we even want to ask what the total college experience means?
No, that's not for this podcast.
That's
I
not.
don't
That's a
think.
separate podcast, adult-only podcast. We have kids that listen to our show. At least my kids do. Hi, kids. So you went to the Ohio State University. What was your degree? What was your focus?
I got my degree in sociology.
Okay. So now, Brady, you have the same question I do?
Oh, and I minored in math.
All right. So obviously you graduated college. You have a sociology degree. Did you use it at all?
I went into sales, retirement plan, sales.
What did you
and
sell? What did you sell? I love this. What did you sell?
401k plan, 457 and 401k plans and investments within those.
And where was this?
In Virginia. I moved to the DC area.
All right. So you moved to the D.C. area. I'm looking at Brady. He's very intrigued. He likes
Yeah,
that. So
I
did
like
you
that.
like living down there?
I did. It's a beautiful city.
For those longtime podcast listeners, you know that Brady just loves DC. That's where he really wants to be. The only reason he's not there is because he literally would get penalized. His Phia contract does not allow him to move from our office. And he has to literally stay here for the next 10 years.
I'm waiting for the next Phia office in DC. That's
That might be an option. That might be something. And maybe, maybe Lisa can move down there with you.
perfect. You can use,
So-
use that degree.
So you love DC. It was great.
It was beautiful, yes.
So how'd you end up here around all these hateful Patriot fans, all these Red Sox fans, these Celtics fans? How'd you end up here?
Well, I wanted to go to graduate school, so I went here.
Why not the Ohio State? Why not somewhere
Well, I didn't
in
want to
DC?
go back to Ohio. And DC, I like DC. Do you want the truth?
Careful. That's
Yeah.
good.
Do you
Tell
want
us,
the truth?
tell us everything.
The ratio was 4 girls to every guy, and I was a young 20-something, and I wanted better odds than that.
So you chose your grad school based on the gender mix?
That's an
This is
honest answer.
amazing.
Possibly.
That could be the best answer you've ever had on this podcast.
That is the best answer. All right, let's see.
That's why Brady wants to move there.
So let's see. Let's 4-1 Brady.
not
That
the-
might be why you want to move there.
I can't-
You are
can't
single.
lose.
It's not the
those
hill.
odds.
It's not the politics. It's
All right,
4 to
so
1.
you moved to Boston. You go to Northeastern not for the actual MBA program, but because their guy to girl ratio was better.
Well,
correct?
they had a very good part-time program because I did have to work full-time while I went.
So did it work? Did you meet your significant other at Northeastern?
No. I met him at work, though.
All right,
here in
but
Boston.
but the reason you moved to Boston was to hopefully find someone and fall in love. We're right around Valentine's Day, folks. At school, that did not actually happen.
No.
Your choice for your graduate program failed in that regard.
Well, it was also a good program.
But you notice how she didn't mention the program at all at the beginning.
like
I
to
did
make-
notice that, yeah.
So now you're living in Dorchester. You have,
Yes.
you have your 2 boys. They go to great schools. You're happy.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you end up at Phia? I mean, unlike a lot of the people that we have on Face of Phia that have been here, since when Pat was still in high school, we have people that have been here since 2005, 2007. I mean, you just started a couple years ago, correct?
Right.
Why'd you choose Phia? How'd that even happen? And are you sure you made the right decision? You could lie about that last answer.
I did make the right decision. When you work in accounting, I like the diversity of the products and the things that were being sold here. And, you don't want to work for a company in accounting that doesn't make money. So
So what happens if you do work for a company that doesn't make money? Is most of your time just spent trying to hang up on people that are chasing bills?
that, and you don't really work there for that long.
But I think about that, right? She makes a good point. If you're working at a company that doesn't do that well, obviously the first thing you're doing as the controller is what bills do we have to pay in order to stay in business and which ones can we push off?
Right.
So you get a lot of just collections calls.
Right. I have a friend who's the controller of a company that she's not sure they'll make the payroll.
It's kind of like working during a government shutdown then,
Yeah.
something like that.
What else?
I like the people.
But before you started working here, you didn't know the people. So what made you initially take the job? Like, what was it about it? Like, were you intrigued by the location? Did you research us? Did you have any background information? So 2 years ago, you're sitting at your computer looking at jobs. Phia Group comes up, and what did you do? How'd you make that decision?
Well, after I came in for my interview with Mike and Joe, it was a very colorful interview, and I really liked the explanations and everything they told me about the company.
Yeah, I think one of the things I would say when I interviewed, this is a similar answer I would give, is that I was also intrigued by my interview. It was very colorful as well. And I saw something in Phia that I didn't see in other companies. And I felt like, this is unique. I'm going to give this place a chance.
So both of you said colorful. What does that mean?
I'll at least...
No,
This
neither
isn't-
one of you want to answer this?
I'm not the interviewee here.
The conversation was
colorful.
Colorful.
Very honest. Would you say
It was
that?
very honest.
Honest.
And very open, and I felt comfortable immediately.
So we basically told you our accounting department is dying. We need help. We have checks piling up. We can't even deposit them all. We need someone to come in and clean this up. Is that basically what happened?
Yes. And I like the fact that I was given the freedom to build the department to be successful.
So we basically said to you, come on in, clean up all the garbage, and then design it any way you want.
Right.
And that's what you did. So tell us what you've done in the past 2 years. How did you recreate this place?
Well, I've added positions that were not here before. And I felt like we fine-tuned the positions that were here to be more specialized in what each person could do so that we could optimize the department.
How about automation?
We have automated, but again, because we were buried in checks and revenue, I don't know that we were getting to spend enough time to really bring everything together.
So over the next year, what do you want to do to even make it a better department?
I want to continue to grow it. We're exponential, this company, and I feel like we're providing not only the department, everybody else, but opportunity as well as a secure place to work. I definitely think that at Phia, we definitely have the ability to really specialize with our clients and give them what they need.
One of the things you mentioned, Lisa, before was you said that we have a diverse array of products. So I'm wondering if being a controller at the Phia Group, as opposed to, say, being a controller at another company where you have just one product line, talk about the differences there. Like, what is it more challenging? Is it more interesting?
Well,
maybe all the above?
As an accounting person, it's definitely better. It's more exciting. I know you guys probably don't think numbers are that exciting, but when
No, I love math. I actually got a perfect score on my SAT in the math section.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I couldn't speak English, but I definitely did well in math.
So I do like the way we recognize the revenue for the different products. It definitely adds a little flair.
Because on the contract side, I can tell you, and like legally speaking at least, it's a lot to keep track of with all the different fees and different types of the way the revenue is coming in differs. And so I'm sure if it's a pain for us on the legal side, it probably can be a pain on your side, but you're saying it sort of keeps it interesting and challenging. I like that answer.
Yes, it does.
So is your family still in Pittsburgh?
Yes.
So how often do you go back home to visit them?
Well, usually we travel together. Instead of me going home, we go.
So you don't like
vacation.
going back to Pittsburgh?
I do, but we always.
We have a lot of Pittsburgh listeners.
We
have a lot of clients
No,
there.
I love Pittsburgh. I do. I love it, but
I'll be there on Monday night, actually.
it's always fun to travel. Family.
So what you mean by that is like you guys pick a destination.
Yes.
Like Aruba or something,
Right.
and then all of you meet there.
Right.
So you see your family, just not at their home.
Yes.
So you don't go back to your childhood home.
No, not very often.
Okay.
I would say.
That's another topic, another podcast.
Yes.
We're not going to go there either. So what do you do for fun? That's my last question. Basically simple. What do you do for fun? I mean, obviously you love numbers. You love to talk to people. You like to hire friends, to give them jobs so that you have people to talk to. You like to travel a lot. What else do you like to do?
I really enjoy doing stuff with my kids, like their hockey games and going to their sports, even though like it gets better and better each year as they get older.
So hockey mom, huh? All right. So you mean to tell us before you come to work, sometimes they have like games like early in the morning or like really late at night, because I'm assuming your kids at that age, they're not getting the best rink times, right?
No.
So what time?
7 a.m. on a Sunday is usually.
7 a.m. on a Sunday. And who's carrying all those bags with all the equipment? You?
They carry them.
You're making your boys carry them. That's
of course,
good.
yeah.
All right, well, now in this new age where these kids do nothing anymore, are they allowed to check each other when they play?
My older son is.
So at 13, he's able to hit other people on the ice.
Yes.
But your 11-year-old's not.
No.
Okay. What else you do other than go to freezing cold rinks at 7 in the morning?
I go to freezing cold ski mountains.
So at the rink, when you're there at 7 a.m. on a Sunday, are you allowed to bring beverages in?
Yes.
So you have a coffee. Do you notice a lot of other parents have alcoholic beverages maybe mixed in with some of their coffee in the morning on Sundays?
That usually happens at the baseball games.
At the baseball games?
Yes.
Folks, that's a separate podcast as well. All the stuff that Lisa does with her friends at their kids' games, etc. Lisa, any final thoughts or final words you want to talk about in regards to your time here at Phia?
I just want to say that I really enjoy working here, and I think this is a great place to work.
Brady, any last thoughts?
I think, thanks for being on. We've had 9 people on. I think we could certainly go on for hours. It sounds like on another podcast about some more things about Lisa, but I'm glad
But they're
she's
not
on.
focused on anything related to Phia.
No, I think it might still get some ratings, but I think we're good.
So, folks, that's all the time we have for today. We appreciate you all dialing in. We appreciate you listening to us. You guys are great. On behalf of Pat Santos, our esteemed producer, Brady Bizzarro, our fine guest, Lisa Tangney, and myself, your co-host, Adam Russo. Thank you so much for empowering your plans with the Phia Group. Have a great day.